Welcome back to my Let's Play of Orbiter. It has been an extremely long time, but we're back. And we are back in the Shuttle A, and we are back on the moon at Brighton Beach. I believe we left the moon, or we last left off on the moon at Brighton Beach, but this is a different scenario. For this one, we are going to Earth. So let us start by getting into Lunar Orbit. Sorry, I can't think and talk at the same time. Okay. $200, $100. Well, I guess now it's 100. Okay. I was looking at the wrong thing anyway. That's kind of cool. Looks like we're in a boat and it's rocking. Anyway. This is just normal orbit stuff right now. Sorry. It's not too exciting. 10. And then I shall get onto the video. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. There we go. So here we are in Lunar Orbit, and it's nighttime, so you probably can't see what I'm seeing. Although I did get a new video recording software, so maybe it's better or higher quality. I do not know. So, for reasons that I won't get into this video, this is a new installation of Orbiter, so I do not have the handy-dandy Lunar Transfer MFD. I only have TransX, which is superior in every way except it's not automated. You have to do everything manually. So before I do that, I'm actually going to align planes with 0 and 0, because I do not want to have to deal with aligning planes. I need to be orbit anti-normal. Oh, just probably switch HUDs. No, don't tell me to burn yet. I'm not there. Okay. This is gonna be probably a pretty poor transfer.
Forward.
But I'll make do. Also probably destroying my eccentricity. Okay. 1.35 is good enough, and this very erratic orbit's good enough. So, TransX. Now, before I get to TransX, I'm going to talk a little bit about orbits. Now, so far in Orbiter, you've seen me use basically every one of these buttons. Prograde points us forward along the orbit, and retrograde points us backward along the orbit. Orbit normal and anti-normal are 90 degrees perpendicular to the orbit in plane. Oh, hey, look, there's the Earth. In plane with the planet. Or I guess so. We're still parallel with the surface of the planet. But orbits are three-dimensional, and there is yet another axis we haven't utilized, and that is directly above, or directly away from, and directly towards the planet. There aren't buttons here for this, but that would look like, after I turn off prograde, that would look like 90. Oh, come on. Come back here. That would look like this, basically. Right there. If my nose was at the 90. But it's not going to be at the 90, because every time I stop rotation, I'm just going to orbit around the planet, and this 90 will move. So this would be an outward velocity, and that comes into handy when understanding TransX. So let's go back to prograde so we can see the Earth and get a better general idea of what's happening. Oh goodness. Yes, it even steers like a cow in autopilot. Look at this. Are we on ice? No, we're in space. It's slipperier than ice. Okay. So, here we are orbiting the moon. There's a beautiful Earth. And that can be seen here, us orbiting the moon. You can tell this white circle is the moon because it's white. No, it's always white. Because it says moon right here. The green line is obviously our orbit. The green circle's our orbit. The green line is where we are in the orbit. And it gives us some information about the planet, like its radius, our periapsis from the focus, which is right here. This focus is the one directly underneath the planet, and the apoapsis from the focus, as well as the Julian day for our periapsis, and the inclination against the ecliptic. Ecliptic, I can never remember. So this says we're in stage 1 of 1, and we're in the view of setup. If you hit the view button, you can switch that to maneuver. We don't want maneuver right now, but we do want setup. And if we hit this, we can change this from none to escape, and that's the only thing we can do. None to escape. And we want to escape. So if we go forward, we are now in stage 2 of 2 on this screen and 1 of 2 on this screen. And this shows the Earth-Moon system. Here's the Earth in the middle, and here's the Moon's orbit in blue around it, along with where the Moon is. You can actually use this information and the Earth right here to see where we are. So the Moon, so we're right here. I guess that's kind of basically in the same orientation plane. So yeah, anyway, I'm getting off topic. And it gives us the same information about the Earth, but it doesn't give us any of the orbital information because we're not orbiting the Earth. We're orbiting the Moon. And we can do that same thing here with Earth. We can select the planet or moon we want to go to. We can go back to the moon, or we can escape, or we can do nothing. And we want to do nothing for now. So if we hit the view here, we can do escape plan, but I don't want to use escape plan because I'm fickle like that. I want to do maneuver mode. So let's turn that on and see what options they give us. By hitting the variable, you can switch what variables you see here. You can see base orbit, and we can update that. I don't really use that much. Prograde velocity change. Right now it's 0, so this is prograde. Positive numbers will mean you're going forward. Negative numbers means you go backwards. The date for the maneuver. Positive means you go into the future. Negative means you go into the past. Outward velocity is what I just talked about the third axis of our orbit. Positive means you're away from the planet or body. Negative means you go towards the body. And finally, change plane velocity. That's our normal and anti-normal. And I have a suspicion that normal is positive and anti-normal is negative, but don't hold me to that. And then it loops back around. So, we want to escape, and the best way to escape is prograde velocity. So, let us add some prograde velocity. Actually, in the few minutes I have left, I'm going to talk about this course. No, they didn't just misspell course wrong. Course as in rough. So every time you hit one of these buttons, it increases by 10. If you hit the adjust, it goes down to medium, and that will increase by 1. Fine increases by 0.1. Super increases by 0.01. I think you can see the pattern here. Ultra increases by 0.001, which isn't even visible here, but I have to hold the button down a lot longer. And Hyper increases by, well, you get the picture. It increases by the thousandths. Yes, tens, hundreds, thousand. No, it would be increasing by the millionths. Or tens thousandths? I don't know. Anyway, increases by a lot. Hit it one more time, and it resets. So, I think I'm going to end this video here and continue next time about actually planning a course. So I will see you then.